How was everybody's day off today?
It was good.
It's pretty relaxing.
Good.
What'd you do, Seth?
I watched my son, so my wife could
So your
go
wife
bear
could go.
hunting.
See, all the guys out there, that is a stand-up man right there.
Yep. It was good. He slept most of the time.
Did you?
No,
Yeah, I would have.
I slept yesterday.
Cody and I, we went and run dogs with Seth's wife, Shannon, and Cole. Had a good time.
Triani.
Yep, treated Sal with 2 yearling cubs. Took some pictures. Cole's dogs did awesome. And we tried to run another one. And that turned into a holy catastrophe.
Catastrophe.
Catastrophe, sorry. I was positioning my Zen. Couldn't get the word out there.
Well, that's good. I went to Costco. You know, I was thinking
Wow.
we should hire those ladies that are at the end of the Costco thing.
These people just want to hear the hunting stuff.
I know, but if they can scan that receipt with me having 4 cartloads of stuff that quick, they can probably scan these mountains pretty quick for bears.
Well, having a photographic memory is part of the criteria
Yeah.
of that.
They looked at my buggies, my mile-long receipt, and was just like, yeah, you're good. Everything checks out. I was like, I could give you a set of binos and just put you on the mountain. Maybe they can find some bears a little bit better.
Wow.
Maybe if
That
they
was
moved-
that was a serious shot across the bow, boys. That was a shot across the bow.
Just
Don't
kidding.
worry.
I'm wounded.
Dinner's right around the corner.
I'm just kidding.
I'm wounded. That one hurt.
We had a pretty good bear season so far.
Haven't had a lack of seeing bears.
No, we've seen plenty of them. Just
Lack of
seem to-
killing of them.
Just can't seem to kill them.
I think I'm at like 16 bears this year.
I didn't even keep count.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we're not talking like miles away neither.
No.
No.
One was at 60 yards.
Yeah, a lot of it just been like hunting deals. They haven't had given great opportunities, and we've had some misses.
Yeah, it makes it hard, especially like when you see it first, and then you have to get the other guy to find it, and then get the gun on the gun, and then find it in the scope, and then they never stop moving, and there's not a whole lot of open country, so
Yeah,
they just go away real quick. You gotta be on it.
yeah. The bears, the vegetation leafed up pretty quick, you getting glimpses of bears in and out of brush. You just see dark shadows in them leaves, and then all of a sudden you see a whole bear, and then all of a sudden it's back in stuff, gone. Yep, playing the game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super good, honestly. Like, we had a good year. It's just what happens, Just one of them things where bears being bears, and you gotta get 2 or 3 people to see the same bear. Get your gun dialed.
I hate to say it, the way I'm looking at it, bear hunting's going to be good next year, boys. There's a lot still out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we should rewind, since we were supposed to do these every week, but rewind to the first week. Or like the beginning of the year. Kind of go over that. Do you guys even remember your clients the first
Yes,
week?
I remember my clients.
Yeah.
Of course.
Every single one. Down to if they had gas, their breath smelled like in the mornings. I'm just joking.
I try not to smell their breath.
Yeah, me either.
Listen, I have bad breath a lot, and I'm very subconscious about it. So we're like on glass and knobs, and you're trying to be quiet. I'm like, before you're like, hey, do you see that over there? Dude, some guy. Yeah.
I just have a farting problem.
I know, that's what I was leading into.
Yeah. My client let me know.
Yes, your client let me know too.
Last week was good.
Dude,
I
I
hardly farted at all.
I thought hygiene was pretty good around here. I guess not.
I think it's all those snacks that do something to you.
This would be a good time we can shoot back across the bow.
I just buy the snacks. I don't bake the snacks, so.
I don't know, the eggs are a little runny sometimes.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah. It got her.
What,
No.
the sunny side up ones?
I don't know.
over
Cody-
easy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Killed some turkeys.
Oh yeah, over easy.
I don't eat sunny side up. If you only cook one side.
Yeah, no, I never only cook one side.
Yeah.
I cook both sides, I guess.
I
So
like
that's
'em
over
like
easy.
that. I like them like that.
Yeah, you can just suck the top of the egg off before you eat the bottom. It's disgusting.
I'm making scrambled eggs from now on. I'm just kidding. Anyway, let's go back to the beginning of bear season.
Okay.
Start telling your stories.
I had one of my people I went to high school with. It was good. Get reacquainted with old times. We didn't kill nothing. We hunted with his son, which was pretty cool. That was fun.
The day
We called turkeys in. We spooked a couple of them off.
Yeah, and I was hunting with his brother, and we couldn't buy a turkey to gobble, so we had a really good opportunity on a bear. Just didn't work out. Just weren't real comfortable with the shot, so he didn't take it. But other than that, it was pretty slow. But yeah, not a bad week. It was fun.
You guys, that was so
What do you want me to-
monotone.
What do you want me to say? Do you want me to say, oh yeah, you
I
had
was
a
gonna
real
tell
good
a good
opportunity at a
story.
bear, but told me you didn't want to shoot it?
You think it's bad for us to say that?
What?
That he did not want.
I think it just depends on how you say it.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, this is a hard one because there was some opportunities that were not capitalized on because of a lot of hunters
like,
were not prepared.
you can't just be super nice about it.
Yes, that's what yeah.
Like, I can't be like, yeah, you didn't want to shoot it.
Well, and as a guide, you care so much for their success,
Mm-hmm.
and you want them to kill. And when
We had
you're
s-
caring so much, like it affects you too. Like it's, you put him in the right spot, in the right position, and he just couldn't get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you did your job, but at the end of the day, I mean, we're all here to kill animals, and
Right.
that's what's fun about it. Like, I mean, we hunt hard and do what we can, and if we're not killing animals, it's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, you can have all the opportunities, and that's like something good to look at, definitely. But
yeah,
you
it's
want to
like-
kill them. You can't just. It gets rough just watching them walk away every time,
I've had my knife sharp for the past 3 weeks. We
Yeah.
didn't even bald that thing.
just on a turkey.
And when the opportunities are like so spread out, and it's becoming harder and harder on public land to capitalize on animals, like that's where the preparation comes in even more so. Like, you just gotta prepare, and because the opportunities are few and far between, especially on big animals and mature
This is
game.
good. This is good. So a lot of the people, but they don't have that mindset. They don't care about none of that, what you're saying.
Yeah.
They cared about being away from their work for 5 days and hanging out in the woods. And that's what a few of them wanted to do. I mean, they really didn't care about shooting anything.
Right. And like the opportunities that we did have, a couple of them were just passing them up because there's not a mature bear.
Or the right color.
Or the right color. But I mean, opportunity could have killed the bear, but ethics and morals took a step in and said too small.
Yeah, we don't need to shoot that. I mean, we're not out here just to murder stuff.
Yeah.
We're out here for a good time.
Sometimes it does happen, and they do want to shoot it, and you just gotta try to talk them down out of it. Like, that thing is.
You backed a couple guys
Small
off
dog.
this year from.
Mhm. Yep. But a couple of them were just like, I ain't shooting that. I was like, good.
So you have one mindset. I know your mindset for 100%. And then Cody is like, you kind of manipulate to the client. And Seth's like die hard, like trying to show him like I used to do the same thing like a whole bunch. Like I still do. Like it drives me nuts to go through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
It like
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, he says everybody hunts this spot. I don't want to hunt this spot. I want to go to the back there. That's where the game's at, and then you're there at the spot where everybody else can sit, and you're like, dude, there's Zins everywhere.
Yeah, and something I even had to work on just this week is like, I mean, even if you have to hunt that way, because of their physical condition or their abilities, like hunt it like as hard as you can, and that I had to work on that this week, just having the right mindset, just like if we're gonna be, just limited to mostly logging roads and stay out of the steep nasty stuff, then I'm gonna look for crap as far off the road as I can with my eyes and just listen as intently as I can while we're walking and glass as hard as I can. It's hard to do, like, to stay locked in. Every minute of every day, because like
especially with how long the days are.
Yeah,
we're out there
long.
for
you boys
14.
Is primed up too. I mean, you're in your prime of your physical shape, so you're wanting to go, and you take it very seriously. You guys just worked out a little bit ago. You're like all taking a bunch of supplements and stuff, jacked up, and you're taking 50-year-old men that have been working pretty hard on their careers, and that, like, hunting's also a vacation. They didn't come to die off at your hand.
Right. And, like, obviously I really would like to go to them far back, nasty spots where, like, you have a really good chance of getting into them. But I also think of it like, if this guy isn't having a good time, nobody's going to have a good time.
It's a hard game to play.
Yeah. I mean, that's the nice thing about bears. You can still get into them pretty good at most spots. Obviously, it helps to get real far back, but, like, you can still get into them and not have to go crazy hard.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about bears.
Well, and
Seth's
at the
over here
beginning,
grinning. Like, dude,
at the beginning of the season, like when they're just coming out of their dens and they're staying near their dens. I mean, obviously they're gonna den most of the time, like 95% of the time, they're gonna den up in rocky or cliffier stuff. So that's where you're gonna be hunting them. And like one time on the first week, like we saw a mountain goat. Like they're living up with the goats and living in that steep stuff for the first couple weeks of the season. So you gotta hunt them where they're at.
Yeah. You have no choice but to go there. I think this is a good topic to get on. That way clients know what we're dealing with too, you know what I mean? Because this area is pretty rugged. And no one complained.
No, luckily, most of the clients this year, they came out with the attitude where they would like to get a bear, but if it doesn't happen, they're just like, I think it's the difference we talked about before with the price of an elk and deer hunt and the price of a bear hunt. And, like, it's more laid back. Even the tags are, like, a lot cheaper, so they're happy just to be able to experience it all.
Did Montana reduce the price of non-resident bears this year?
No, it's still $350, but if you compare it,
$350 now.
Yeah,
well, that's $4, wasn't it?
I don't know. If you compare
$320, I thought.
I can't remember, but if you compare it to an elk and deer tag, like
$1,200.
Yeah, whenever you come out with that much plus the added price to come out on an elk and deer hunt, like that's a lot of money. Or bear hunting, it's kind of more. I don't know. Everyone just seems more relaxed about it. They don't.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to stay in the game with the days as long as they are.
I kept saying in my mind, like, just stay locked in, and that kind of helped me, like, just to say that mantra, like, lock in.
Yeah. You look down at your watch and you're like, Cody was laughing about that. Like, oh yeah, 7.5 more hours of daylight.
Yeah, I'll, like, for glass and just, like, sitting there forever. I'll get up and, like, take a little lap.
Yeah.
Just get off of the binoculars for a couple minutes. Not long enough to, like, mess anything up, but just take a little lap.
What helps me is whenever we glass, like, long periods of time, I'll move constantly. I'll stay in, like, a general vicinity, but I'm just like everywhere, like,
yeah,
20 yards
and
this
getting
way.
those different angles
Exactly.
on terrain, like whether it be rock terrain, rock outcroppings, cliffs, or or timber or vegetation, like just getting those different angles is, I think, really key to glassing effectively more animals. You're going to see more because you're getting different angles where, a tree might be blocking something or a shadow. Getting those different angles, you're going to see a lot more. I'm a big believer in that.
And my new binos have helped be able to elevate that game because I don't have to pack that tripod around and get it all stabilized up. Let's go up there and flick the button.
Man, I'm this close to getting some of those. They're expensive, but I think they're worth it.
Yeah, Sid gives us a good discount, so they're worth it. Honestly, I would never feel like I was giving a client his money's worth if I'm just standing there with my binos not on the tripod or on my spotter or something like that.
Absolutely.
And because you're too jittery, like it's just there's too much
too
movement,
shaky, vibration.
Yeah, too much thrashing around.
Yeah. I found chairs to be super helpful. Like that's been a game changer in the last
couple
years.
A chair?
Yeah. There's these little folding ones.
Yes, I got two.
And they're because the more comfortable you are, the better you'll glass and the longer you'll glass. I mean, you gotta do it for 15 hours? However much daylight we got. Like, it's a game changer. I truly believe it.
Are you running the 2-legged chair or the 4-legged?
No legs, just folding. It's like a folding.
Yep, like a turkey seat.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what it is, basically. Except a lot lighter, I think.
Yep.
It's pretty light.
Yeah, helping big time on the glass, and I'm sure it saves on your lower back.
Yeah, and you can lean back or recline, and then you just have your tripod right up against your body, and I think it's huge.
I'm usually packing little rocks and stacking stuff up. Get me a couple sticks. I use my trekking poles, and I'll stab them in my backpack, put them against the bank, and then make like a little chair out of your.
Oh yeah, yeah. I guess that would work. Sometimes I do. Just put my pack down against rocks or something, but yeah, that kind of reclining rocker seat.
Glass and bears. That. So like, do you guys like big powered spotters? Do you think that like a huge optic is like optimal for being able to put eyes on bears?
Spotters or binos?
Yeah, either, both.
If you're glassing really far terrain, I would prefer like a 12 or a 14 power bino.
Yeah.
And then, but if you're glassing stuff pretty close, and especially for archery,
distance-wise,
10 power.
Yeah, I like my 10 powers. If I were to get stabilizing ones, I'd probably get 12s. I feel like I'd be a little too shaky with 12s if they're not stabilized. But I like trying to find something. Like if I catch something with my binos, I have my spotter right here, and I can just check it with my spotter. Or if it's real far, I'll just, my starting magnification 16 power. So that's about perfect just to pick around with, and then you can adjust it.
That would be nice. Mine's 30. I wish mine zoomed out a little bit more, but it takes longer to find stuff sometimes in the spotter, but you can also see stuff 6 miles away.
It's blowdowns this year. How's the clients been in it?
Not terrible, honestly. Obviously it slows you down a little bit, but
it's going to be a problem this year.
Yeah, it's not going to be. It hasn't been like it's going to be an archery season.
It ruined one of our stalks. We had another guy had spotted a bear, and so he let me onto it and told me where it was, and he hadn't been on that trail yet, and I hadn't been on that trail yet, and so we went in, and they had just cleared it. Like, you could see the sawdust and everything. They had just cleared it, but they only cleared it like 2 miles, and we needed to go 3. And so we came to a couple creek crossings where there was blowdown, and just the balancing aspect and crossing. He got through quite a bit of it, but eventually he was like, I don't think I can do this tonight in the dark. And so, yeah, that was disappointing. We couldn't get on that bear. There was 2 bears in there. One was pretty nice. So
I don't know. There's not much you can even say to that.
Well, I mean, finding the bears in places that they can get to is basic. I mean, that's the first step. That's part of the hard, one of the hardest parts, and then just getting to them is another
Yeah.
part. Being locked in, like what we talked about earlier, like as guides, like, but even for clients, like just, if you've only got 5 days, you're out here 5 days, like get it, and you want a bear, like, or an elk or a deer. We could talk about any of them, but just give it everything you got, and it's only 5 days. you can rest up on the drive home or on the plane ride, and I've never heard anybody regret it. Working their butt off. All the hunts I've done, like that I've almost died or whatever, like I never regret it. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's what it is. Like
Yeah,
it's part of it. It's the adventure.
It's one of the things, like, it absolutely sucks while you're doing it. And then when you're done, you're like, that was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. The hardest trips are most of the time the most fun ones. Like there's a bear hunt I went on with my buddy, and we killed a big boar on the last day, and we found a whole bunch of sheds, and like it started raining on us on the way out, so it made it heavier, and it sucked big time. We both had super heavy packs, and it's just one of those trips I'll never forget. It was one of the best trips I've ever had. Best bear hunting trips. I'll remember it for the rest of my life.
What was this shed hunting excursion you were on here recently?
Oh, so
When they dropped the gate and everybody raced out.
So on May 15th here in Montana, all the WMAs, wildlife management areas, open up, and it's something I've done every year since I've moved to Montana. And it's a real good time. Most of the time we're just doing it for the rush because you really don't find too much. But we're big into shed hunting, so we go every year. But there's some that are bigger than others, and we went to a real big one that I'd only been to one other time. And you're not allowed to park your vehicle on the side of the road by the gate more than 3 days. And so we had a friend swapping vehicles every 3 days for like 2 months in order to get a good position. So,
What?
yeah.
Dude, I didn't even know you guys went to this extreme.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't us, but it was one of our friends. I offered one of my vehicles up, but he just needed 2, so he'd leave one and drive. Yeah, but he swapped them out every 3 days for like 2 months. And so we ended up being 6 in line. Well, we were 7th, and then somebody backed out, so we got 6. And, the better position you get, theoretically,
Oh, yeah.
the better
Gate
sheds you'll
positioning,
find.
Definitely.
But it ended up being a pretty bad year. Like I only saw one nice horn, and there was rumors on where they were at. Like if some people thought they were wintering really high, like 6,500 feet. Some people thought they were wintering real low, like on private, and some people thought they never really came. They really just wintered in the backcountry, and I think that's probably mostly true. As they left when the conditions weren't that bad, they went back to their normal range or their summer range and didn't really winter there and drop. So it was it was exciting. Like it starts at noon. They open the gate, and there's 2 gates, one for horses and on foot and one for vehicles, and they open up at the same time, and so it's a riot. The horses go crazy, and they run as fast as they can to get to this one hill is like historically pretty good, and it's where I found a big shed in the past. And so most of the first vehicles are going there, and most of the horses are going there. And so you got to drive around and then park and then run up the hill. And if you can get good position, like, in the top 10, you can beat the horses by about a minute. And you can find a couple sheds before the horses get there.
Is there fighting takes place?
There has been. Yeah. There's been people that have died over sheds. There was one story. There was this big old set, and these two guys get to it at the same time, and they start fighting over who's going to take it or whatever. And the one guy, he was just a little guy, like 5'5" or something.
Yeah.
And the other guy's like this burly 6'4" dude. And finally he goes, "All right, you can have it." And he picks him up and he throws him down on top of the sheds and gores him with the horns. So
Jesus, Murphy, man.
people go crazy. It's a big deal. I mean, because it's a game range that historically has had some big bulls on it and has a lot of big bulls. And so the reason why you go isn't necessarily to find a bunch of sheds. It's just to find like a really big set.
And watch people get bucked off horses.
Yeah, there was one guy that got bucked off probably within the first 30 yards. And his horse took off and it was following the other horses. And people want fast horses, like those cowboys, they want fast horses to get there first. But some of them horses aren't totally broke yet. And so he got bucked off. Every year there's somebody that gets bucked off or a couple guys. But he got bucked off like within the first 50 yards. And he was just walking after his horse. And his horse was hauling butt right alongside the other horses. It was so funny to watch. And me and Shannon and this other guy, we're in the trunk of a Suburban. And he's like hauling butt, taking turns way too fast. And we're like slamming against the sides. And I'm trying to look out the windows to see sheds and watch this guy getting bucked off. But the windows are so dirty and we're slamming side to side. It's a good time.
Oh, my goodness.
We
Got your
didn't find
tripod set
nothing.
up back there. He's thrashing around. We envisioned Seth because Morgan saw the clip on Facebook. She was like,
Just randomly.
yeah, and it had like a camera crew was like videoing everybody in there. There's Seth. He's oh, my deal just quit.
Keep going.
No, it quit. There's Seth. Grinning's got his tripod out and spotter up, trying to put glass on a shed. So we just envisioned you with these shorts, same ones, your mustache flowing in the wind, tripod thrown over your shoulder, just getting it, passing horses.
I wish
On
that was
foot.
the case. We found a lot of sheds this year, but not that day. Out of a crew of like, I think there was 8 of us. I found 2 spikes in a deer shed. And then one other guy found a split spike elk shed, and that was it. Out of 7 or 8 people, that was all we found. It was a bad year, but we made up for it on another backcountry trip we did the next week.
Yeah. Cody, you weren't out shed hunting with us much this year.
No, I didn't do much. Found one elk shed and then just some whitetail sheds.
Yeah.
I wasn't real into it.
I had to step up, and I put Morgan in the dust this year. And
With
I don't even like
3?
the shed hunt. I hate it.
You found 3 whitetail sheds.
Yeah, I didn't even want them.
That's it.
I found a matching 4-point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sell them, get some milk money.
No, Morgan had me build that thing out there in the hallway.
Oh, yeah.
I had to,
My sheds wouldn't fit on that thing. Not my keeper pile, even.
your keeper pile.
No, it's for all the whitetail sheds that end up back here and they just pile up on the floor.
Yeah.
So that's why we built that.
Yeah, we don't want your baby stabbing himself like that fella.
Yeah. Getting gored.
Yeah,
That'd
that's
be
a bad
bad.
deal. I envisioned like 2 dudes just like going at it with 2 6-point sheds.
Like sword fighting.
Yeah. That'd have been a way cooler. Tell that part of the story. So yeah, bear hunting's been super fun.
We saw it really. We went to the backcountry, me and my wife, for 2 nights and 3 days, and there was a set of sheds that we had to go pick up, and so we didn't bring the
Did
rifle.
you order them ahead of time?
No. We had glassed them up
Okay.
like 2 weeks before, but we couldn't go get them because it was just too far, and it was a storm. There was a thunderstorm. So we left the rifle, of course, and because it was really far. We ended up doing 15.5 miles that day, over 5,000 feet of vert. But we saw a really pretty bear at the furthest point we were at. It was kind of, I guess, a buckskin color, but looked to be nice and plump and got some swagger to him. He was cruising down to the creek, and then we ended up working in that creek. We went up that creek, and we caught a couple piles of scat, and we were on his trail. He dropped some scat that was super fresh, and that would have been kind of fun to try and hunt him, but we didn't bring the rifle because it was heavy.
It's not good.
There's a lot of bears back there. A lot.
Morgan, did you go bear hunting at all this year?
No. I don't leave the lodge. I just hear all these stories.
I had a super cool client, the Marine guy, the one he booked quite a few hunts with us. He was a lot of fun to hunt with. We covered quite a bit of ground. We seen 11 bears that week. We could have killed some blacks.
Yeah, he wanted a
Big
chocolate. Yeah, he had his mindset on one type of bear, and that's what they wanted to hunt the whole week, which was, I mean, that's perfectly fine. But he was a really cool guy. He's going to be out for elk and deer this year, and then mountain lion too. So
I really enjoyed hunting with him. He glassed good. We got on one chocolate, probably 130, maybe 140. Yeah, I don't blame him. He passed on it. I wouldn't have shot it neither.
Seems like some of the biggest bears around are chocolates. Not always, but it seems like that this year.
I think they're harder to glass.
Like
you,
that one in and then it.
oh, we can't name drop. I'll cut that out.
Yeah, and the one on.
Cody has an arch
That one
nemesis.
in that one canyon,
Yeah.
and that other one in that other draw.
And there's that big chocolate sow and
Yeah, I know. As soon as I said that, I was like,
there you go.
That's okay. I can cut all that out. But Cody, why don't you tell about your 6-foot chocolate bear that's become your arch nemesis?
Well, it started the first week.
And your first, okay, so the first guy you had was actually in really good shape.
Yeah, he could hike
Like-
super well.
Yeah.
So we climb up, actually, Monday afternoon we got rained out, and he didn't really want to try to like bomb into a place and do that whole thing. So we glassed these 2 bears up from a real far away, and we figured we'd move on them in the morning, try to catch up to them, and we wake up real early and start up the mountain, get to the glass knob right as it's getting light, and then it's like raining off and on all day, and during the breaks it's just like frantically glassing to try to get on one, or at least get one's position before it starts raining again. And then come about 10:30, he's just sitting in this big rock slide. It's just a big brown spot. So we hurry up, wrap around the bowl, get on this ridge where we think he's, we watched him feed in there, and it just starts dumping on us, and then it clears up, and then you just see him pop out. We already had the gun set up, dialed to where I think he's gonna pop out, and we only had to
How far?
I think it was like 390. So super easy shot for the gun we were using, and we were shooting the day before 500, 600, 700 yards. So he's more than confident, and steps out, have the spotter. It's absolutely perfect, and he just didn't really. He just kind of had a moment where he just wasn't comfortable with the whole situation. He's comfortable with the shot. He was just a little bit intimidated by the country, like where we were, what we would have had to do if he shot it. Didn't really take into account that we'd have 4 or 5 dudes there in 2 hours to help us pack. But
We've been hauling stuff off that thing for years.
and it just let him walk.
Do you think he regretted it?
Yeah, every 3 hours for
Yeah.
the rest of the week. He's like, man, I should have
I'll
shot that
bet
bear.
he's regretting this right now. And when he listens to this, it's going to stir up a ton more memories.
I'm gonna get a couple texts probably.
Yeah.
And then
And that was the second day, right?
yes, I was
Yeah.
on Tuesday.
Okay.
But there's been guys that are having, like, because our country's so steep, and I think looking through binoculars, I've heard it explained quite a few times this year, that they feel like they're going to tumble off the mountain into the creek and never stop until they hit the river in the bottom.
That's exactly what he told me. He was like, you know, after we got all calmed down and it was all over, he's like, I was just like panicked because we were walking through these big rock sides and along these cliffs. He's like, I just felt like I was gonna fall. And like the guy last week I was hunting with, he's like, I can't sit near these edges because every time I would put my binoculars up, it's like vertigo. Like I feel like I'm just like falling.
Yeah,
and I mean
That's
that's
exactly what my guy said
Mhm.
too. It just
So-
he's like, I don't know how you do it.
Even your dad was clear panicked. He said he couldn't watch you guide anymore because you were too close to the edges. He was like ready to puke.
So I've been like thinking about that. There's definitely a hurdle to get over because most of our clients are coming from back east. You got a lot of trees, not a lot of elevation change, so they're not looking at vast like distances and like elevation drop. So it's giving them the freak out effect, like they're on a ladder on a chimney.
Yeah, and like walking, they don't know. Like we know that you got good boots. You just trust your boots, and most of the time they're not gonna let you down.
Well, if as soon as you walk on a wet day and you fall about 100 times in 100 yards, you know you're not going to fall clear off the mountain because you only go a little bit.
Yeah.
But it is a hurdle for people to get over. I mean, it's shock and all. It's like Seth's like, what? Say what? Guys,
And then-
guys, come on.
With that bear, we didn't see him for a couple weeks, and then the week before last, I was hunting with the dad and son that I guided 2 times previously, and the son took the morning off, so we were just gonna go up and scout that area, try to find a bear for him in the evening, and we see one directly above us at like 900 yards, so we make a little move to get closer, but the thermals were just screwing us, and then we got absolutely dumped on again, and noticed the thermals changed, so we hurry up and make a move up to it, but
And it was the same bear.
no, this was a different bear.
Different bear.
And then we get up there and realize the bear isn't there anymore. I mean, it was like 2 hours span. And we get up there, eat lunch, try to dry off, and like the ridge over, like 900 yards again, we see the big chocolate one. I'm like, come on, let's go. So we take off running, get there. I get my spotter set up. He gets his gun set up. He gets on it, and it just goes in the woods. And it's one of them things. Like,
Yeah.
That bear has a force field around it because Bryant's client also missed that bear. And not even like,
Do you know for sure?
yeah, we know for sure because he,
No.
oh,
Same bear?
yeah, same bear.
Same
We
bear.
have that
I
on
was trying
video.
to help you out, Cody, so that was like, felt like it was your bear.
oh yeah, no, I don't think it was the same.
No.
He was like, I think he was like
No,
5 pounds less.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I thought yours was different.
that client only had to cut his hunt short because his son was graduating, so he didn't have a lot of time. So the first day of the hunt, he should have got that bear, but it just moved at the video's up, I think, on our Facebook, but he just moved at the very last second. They did their due diligence. That guy was really worried he actually made contact with the bear, but they hiked up the next day and
I was
found
confident.
right where the bullet hit in the dirt, and there was nothing. The bear was dodged it again. So he's still out there, still alive.
It seems like with bears, it's just so hard to get them to stop. Like when they're moving, and if they're not feeding or you don't stop them, like they might not stop for a long time. It's hard to get them get
Some
shots
against-
that are just stopped.
Yeah, and then the second week, we were having a rough one. Killed a turkey on Monday morning, and we figured it was going to be a real good week if that happened. And we were wrong. We didn't see a single bear until Thursday. But yeah, Thursday afternoon, we pull up to the spot. We weren't able to hunt super hard, but hard enough, to have a good week. And find this bear. Like he's in a big burn, so we have all day to get set up and get comfortable and get a good shot on this thing. Get him perfectly ranged, take our time, get him super stable, and he finally feels comfortable. Bear jumps off a log. I just holler real loud at him. He stops, and I'm like, just shoot. Just breathe and just let the gun surprise you. He shoots, and I see that it looked like a neck, like whacked him right in the neck, and the bear just drops and slides and rolls and fights. And I'm like, you got him. He's just fighting. He's dying right now. And then all of a sudden, he gets his crap together, and after, he actually just got lodged under a root ball when he was rolling down the hill, and it looked like he was just squirming his last little fight for life.
Yeah,
And
dude.
I'm watching, I'm like, dude, you got him. We're just I'm just waiting for him to quit moving so we can get packed up. And all of a sudden, he gets his crowd together, stands up, and just runs straight up the hill. I'm like, how did that happen? 175 grain bullet, 400 yards in the neck.
So right
But-
after the shot, did he get off the gun then?
No, I was like, stay on him. You dropped
Okay.
him, but I seen him squirming. I was like, stay on
Did
him.
he re-rack one?
I don't think he did.
Okay.
But he didn't.
That's
he
a
was,
problem.
He was so lodged under that thing. All I could see was his head, and he was just squirming. I was like, oh, he ain't getting up. And
I tell my wife and anybody I hunt with, just re-rack right away. I don't care how good it felt or anything. Just re-rack right away, because you never know, because
Right.
stuff like that can happen.
Right. And he booked it up the hill. I was like, what? That's probably not a good thing if he's running straight up a hill after getting shot in the neck. And because usually, pretty big rifle, if you hit him anywhere in the neck, he's probably not going to move anymore.
Yeah.
Blow the spine apart, the artery. And watching the video, it looks like he just barely skimmed him or something.
Nope.
And then we went over there, did everything, got the exact spot he shot, seen where he rolled, just a couple little, where he scraped some hair off rolling, not a drop of blood. Found where he was running up the hill, just tracked him for a little bit, got dark on us, and we figured, no blood, nothing, did everything, and just thinking it's just the vapor trail of it, just shocking his spine. I've seen it done with deer before.
I think it freaked him out, dude. He's just hanging out over there, and all of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
that thing moved, and he was like, whoa, and went to just react and jerk away from it.
He lost his feet, though, which is...
I glassed the bear for an hour after that.
yeah, I've seen him 3 times after
Yeah,
that so far.
he's
He's
good.
still hanging out, not limping, not weird on his neck. No bullet impact.
No.
It was clean miss.
Yeah.
But that was one of the crazier things I've seen. But I'm just glad to see that he was all right. He's still
Gonna be able to
milling
eat some
around.
fawns this spring. Good
Yep.
for him. It's nice.
Was he shooting at much of an angle?
No, we
pretty
had it
flat.
was perfect prone, flat shot.
No elevation gain on the gun or drop hardly. It's pretty flat in
Yeah.
there.
I mean, maybe just a
Gotcha.
little bit, just a little cant, but
Yeah, but if it's under 15 degrees,
Super.
it's not
No.
going to matter.
Right,
Even
so he
15
was-
degrees is still only 5% difference.
He had probably 4 or 5 shots that he didn't take because he wasn't 100% confident. He said he did feel himself pull a little bit on the shot, so it happens. Just glad he didn't hit it.
So that's the same week that you had a couple opportunities with.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
Jared.
Jared. Yeah.
Yeah, that was I mean, for the conditions, it was a pretty good week. We saw sow and 2 cubs on the first day, right in the middle of the day, right in the middle of the heat. It was pretty hot that week, and we hunted pretty good. And then Thursday we saw a big chocolate boar, and but it was too far, and then we went and set up on him all day for Saturday or Friday, and even got in there earlier. Woke up earlier to get in there, hoping he'd be in the same area that he was feeding in as it got dark, and it was the middle of the day again, and he was like, "Oh, all right, I'm gonna take a nap," and so he just had started taking a nap, and I kind of wanted to take a nap too, but I don't know. I heard a twig snap.
Conscious wouldn't let you.
I guess I don't know what it was. I probably would have otherwise. I heard a twig snap, and so I stood up. And we were glassing Cross Canyon, and expecting to see something, across the canyon, and then shoot Cross Canyon, and I heard a twig snap up above us from the way we had come, and our thermals were pushing uphill, but they were kind of going up canyon too, so they're kind of sideways as well. And I stood up on this log, and then I see this tan thing go around a deadfall, and I put my binos up, and here there's a little color phase, probably 140-pound color phase within 60 yards of us that had walked in on us when we were glassing. And so I was like, psst, psst, wake up, grab your gun. And his gun was set up not where he was at, because he was planning to take a cross canyon shot, so he had to go like 10 yards and grab his gun. But even if it was right next to him, I still don't know if he quite would have been fast enough, because there wasn't a whole lot of time. And then we went up to where he was at and tried to catch him going uphill, but it was just so thick and too much deadfall. We never did get another glimpse of him, but probably about another minute and we would have had him. He was a pretty bear, just not real big, but really pretty color, just lighter cinnamon color, kind of.
Yeah, those bears are pretty.
Yeah, I love to see him.
Look like a real tan muzzle and legs.
Yeah, he was all the same color. A lot of times sometimes their muzzle is a different color, but he was all just a little bit lighter than cinnamon color.
Right on.
Just all uniform. Yeah, that was disappointing. And then we glassed the rest of the day and didn't see anything, and we were just saying, like, man, we can't believe that boar didn't come out again in the same area, because historically he likes that area too, because we've seen him. This is the third year we've seen him, and he likes to come down this one chute, and we were ready for him. He had a good gun and felt confident, out to pretty far, and right as we were packing up, we were all packed up, and I was just waiting on him to get his last thing, and I glass up a sow and 2.5-year-old or whatever it was, maybe 3-year-old. It was probably a 150-pound bear, and then its mother. The younger one was brown, the bigger one was black, and they were at 850, but it was pretty windy, and we had 14 minutes left of light, and he opted to pass on the shot, which I think is a good call. That's pretty far.
Yeah.
Unless it's ideal conditions, I wouldn't recommend shooting that far.
100%.
I had that happen to me too. It was Friday evening. I was with the dad and the son, and it was just 20 minutes before it got dark. We were, just having our last little glassing session before it's time to head back. And glassed up this, he actually found the bear. This chocolate bear, I think it was like 9:02, and he had the gun to do it for sure, and he got all set up and perfectly comfortable. There's a little bit of a breeze, and with it being Friday night, he just didn't want to take the shot just in case he did hit it in a bad spot. Then we'd have to go in, give it the night and go in the morning. He didn't want to. They had to fly out pretty early, so he just let it walk.
Yeah, that guy shoots good too.
Mhm.
He's a shooter.
Yeah.
He got a gun works. Yeah,
And then went back in that spot this week trying to find that bear again, and found a sow with last year's cub. So obviously we didn't shoot her. Legal but unethical. So didn't shoot her, and I'm going to keep going back in there this week, I think. with the rut starting to kick off, that boar in there chasing her around.
Yeah, I think our rut's just starting to go where I can tell with us running the dogs, we're rigging a lot more bears on roads, and they're traveling roads a lot right now, like just covering ground on them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, lots more crap. We've been finding piles of poop everywhere on the roads now. Bears are starting to travel good. Yeah, it's a little weird spring. It's been two years in a row of weird spring.
Yeah, because the first few weeks were no rain.
Yeah, kind of
Vegetation was getting burned off, and then it rained a bunch, and then the vegetation came back, and it just
but high. It seemed
real
like the
high.
bears moved.
The bears got high for like a week and a half,
Yeah.
and then they just like.
Yeah, there's one to feed on them glacier lilies. It seemed like they loved them.
And then last week last week and a half I noticed they've been a little bit lower. The bears that I've seen personally.
I haven't found. I know the morels are kicking like crazy, but I haven't found any piles of bear crap with full morels yet. Have you guys?
No,
Mhm.
all grass.
Yeah, same.
All grass.
Same grass and flowers and bulbs. Yeah.
The dandelions are really getting good too. I noticed a couple of the roads I walked last week, they're just getting full of them. So
We went back into the backcountry, the wilderness, and did some hunting. Get that fresh growth and stuff, and we had a good time back there. I think
We'll tell that story later.
Yeah, I think Alex is coming over to do that. We got one last week, put our rally caps on.
Yep.
But
It's been
it's
been a very successful. So I did the math. We only have one client.
Morgan's all about the math.
Yes. Well, because people care about that. They want to know the honest opportunity. So we have only had one client that did not have an opportunity at a bear.
It was a legal bear.
That was illegal. That was a legal bear. Every other client had at least an opportunity that they passed on, or they missed, or they just didn't want to take the shot. So that's good. And then the only other client, I really didn't count the one that Jay had, the one client that Jay had, because he said even if he saw a bear, he wasn't going to shoot it. He was just out here to see the country, and he never came up this far. And him and Jay just had a blast driving around, taking pictures of birds and stuff. So I didn't really count him into the statistics there. But they did see bears, and he probably could have shot him if he wanted to. But so it has been a very successful year. We have videos of live bears to prove that we have a lot of them out here. We just don't have any pictures of dead bears. So
anytime you go mountain hunting, it's not if you want a guaranteed bear, go to a bear factory. They got lots of them over east.
yes,
Up in Canada.
I don't think any of our clients were thinking that.
Yeah,
I think they all came out. They all had a really good time, hopefully, and they really just enjoyed seeing the scenery, and well, they all liked seeing
According to
the
stats, they better enjoy the scenery because the bear killing ain't that good.
the bear killing isn't good. The bear opportunities are fine.
I'll listen to you.
They like the fact that they are seeing a pile of elk.
Yeah, I've been
Yep.
seeing.
My client mentioned that a whole lot. He's coming out in a couple of years to hunt.
Yeah,
elk and deer.
yeah.
2028 rifle season. He's pumped for that because you just see so many this time of year.
Yeah, quite a few of our clients did the spring bear hunt, and I think we're using it as a look at the terrain. Hopefully get themselves in great shape for their elk hunt, seeing where their flaws are at, and tighten up their stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else to add? Anybody? No?
I got attacked by a grouse.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
That thing like legit attacked me.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
we saw. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys, but I was just heading back to get that guy's rifle fixed. His pick rail came loose,
Mm-hmm.
and then that made his rings and scope loose. So we had to get that fixed the first day. So we come back, and as we're coming back, pulling in, there's a coyote walking in the middle of the road. on this gravel road right after the train tracks. And it, like, usually when you see coyotes, they're trotting or, not walking. This thing was full on walking. Heard our vehicle, saw the vehicle, didn't pick up the pace at all. Middle of the day, just a coyote walking right there. That was kind of cool. Then we saw an eagle with a duck in its claws. That was cool too. You don't see those every day.
All the man eaters are out, huh, babe?
Yeah, I'm telling you. We're looking at getting grizzly bears delisted. They keep mugging people up. I hate to say it, but geez, it's not been good. I think there was another 2 today, wasn't there?
Yeah, Cody, you won't be going to Glacier, I bet.
Your girlfriend, she's definitely not going
Nope.
there.
Do you want me? I can tell her some stories, so definitely don't go.
Well, I want her to be able to go around here. I just don't want to go to Glacier.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't show her that video that we have.
All right. Well, that's a recap on this bear season. We're going to do one with turkey season.
Fire.
Jay's canoeing right now, so we have to get his story. Stay tuned for that. And Josh and Alex and Wade can tell you about their wilderness adventure with a couple grizzlies. So those are all the upcoming stories, along with more from Speed.